Hi guys, today let us study about projectiles and projectile motion. Well, a particle projected upwards at a certain angle moving under the combined effect of the vertical and horizontal components of velocity is known as a projectile. This is made more clear in the below shown diagram. Now, let us look into some terms related to the projectile motion. First, the trajectory. Well, the path which is traced by the projectile when it is in motion in the space is known as the trajectory. The trajectory is usually parabolic in nature. Next, velocity of projection. Well, it is the initial velocity with which a projectile is projected into space. Next, the angle of projection. Well, it is the angle made with the horizontal at which the projectile is initially projected. The time of flight. Well, it is the total time taken by the projectile from the point of projection to reach the maximum height and return back to the ground. Next, range. Well, the distance between the point of projection and the point where the projectile strikes the ground is known as the range. Hence, the equation of the path of the projectile is given by y is equal to x tan alpha minus gx square divided by 2u square cos square alpha, where x and y are the horizontal and vertical distances, g is the acceleration due to gravity, u is the initial velocity with which the projectile is projected, alpha is the angle of projection. The horizontal range for a projectile r is given by u square sin 2 alpha divided by g. Hence, the condition for the maximum range for a projectile is that the angle of projection, that is alpha, should be 45 degrees. Hence, in this case, the maximum range will be given by r max is equal to mu square divided by g. Next, the time of flight for the projectile is given by t is equal to 2 mu sin alpha divided by g. Next, the maximum height of a projectile on the horizontal plane, that is capital H, is given by mu square sin square alpha divided by 2g. It is important to note that all these formulas are obtained basically from the equations of motion. Next, what is acceleration due to gravity? Well, a body which is free to move entirely under the influence of the gravitational force provided by the earth will be subjected to an acceleration towards the center of the earth. Well, this uniform acceleration is known as acceleration due to gravity. Hence, the value for this is taken to be g, which is equal to 9.18 meter per second square. Next, moving on to relative motion. Well, the motion relative to a set of axes which are moving is called as the relative motion. For example, consider two trains, say A and B. Both the trains are moving in their respective paths. Hence, the motion of train A with respect to the other moving train, that is B, is the relative motion of the train A with respect to the train B. Hence, relative velocity Vr is given by Va minus Vb. Now, the relative motion can be parallel-like or parallel unlike. Well, parallel-like relative motion of two objects is nothing but the relative motion when both the objects are moving parallelly in the same direction. Similarly, parallel unlike relative motion is the relative motion between the two objects which are moving parallelly but in the opposite direction. The relative motion can also be with respect to two bodies which are moving in different directions. Hence, here the relative velocity Vr is given by root of Vrx square plus Vry square, and the direction of the velocity tan alpha is given by Vry by Vrx, where Vrx is nothing but the relative velocity of the bodies in the x direction, that is Vax minus Vbx, and Vry is the relative velocity of the bodies in the y direction, that is Vay and Vby, where Vx and Vbx are the components of the velocity in the x direction and Vay and Vby are the components of the velocity in y direction. Thank you.
Wow, that's That's impressive! You have completed a magic today. For more videos, subscribe. Join our Facebook group and Instagram page for group discussion and live magaz videos for exam preparation in an hour. We start at ClassFly community for students to learn from a friend in a simple way and support them in their own languages. If you are willing to be that one friend who saves us at the exam night preparation, then please join us by visiting classfly.in.